Find what current player began life playing for the smallest club, whether that be in the youth teams or whatever. Literal tiny clubs, ones most of you will never have heard of. Right, let's go. Arsenal, Bernd Leno, SV Germania, Bichheim, 1909. Yeah, Bernd Leno might be making a fat wage at one of the biggest clubs in England right now, but by God, did he start off in a pot of dirt. My apologies to any fans of SV Germania Bichheim 1909, but your club is minuscule. Leno joined the club in 1998 at just 6 years of age and spent 5 years learning his trade at a club in the 15th tier of German football. He eventually got a move to Stuttgart after he turned 11 years of age. Only then did his career start to progress. Chelsea, Christian Pulisic, Brackley Town FC. You probably thought the answer was N'Golo Kante, right? No, instead sat forward Christian Pulisic, the American wing wizard with a Croatian name, beginning his career 70 miles up the road from Stamford Bridge, in the youth team of Brackley Town FC in the suburbs of Northamptonshire. The reason being because his mother was offered a brief teaching exchange. Brackley compete in the 6th tier of English football and have a stadium smaller than a horse's stable. Who knew back in 2005 that the champions of England would end up spunking 60 million quid on what was then a chubby 7-year-old 8 miles north of Oxford? You can be damn sure a former Brackley under-8s coach spends every waking weekend boring his mates down the pub about how he was the first one to discover Pulisic. Leicester, Jamie Vardy, Stockbridge Park Steels. There's a few I could choose. Johnny Evans came through at Greenland FC. Demarai Gray was a product of Cadbury Athletic, while Kasper Schmeichel began in Lisbon with Estoril. But no, of course, Jamie Vardy. After rejection at Sheffield Wednesday, and after briefly considering a switch to the army, he spent 7 years at Stockbridge Park Steels, rattling in goals against bewildered mechanics up until 2010. The man was earning 30 quid a week. He failed to trial the Crew Alexandra before ending up at Halifax for £15,000. Future England internationals and Premier League champions slummied in the 9th tier of English football on a pre-match diet of vodka Skittles. Liverpool, Jordan Henderson, Sunderland. Yeah, as we all know, Champions League winning captain Jordan Henderson hailed from a tiny club in the northeast. I'm not sure if many of you will know. Sunderland? Does it ring a bell? Just some random tin pot club who... Just kidding, Sunderland fans, don't worry, don't have a hernia, I'll do this one again. Liverpool, Andy Robertson, Queen's Park.
Life at this age is rubbish with no money. Hashtag need a job.
This was Champions League winning left back Andy Robertson in 2012, an unemployed 18-year-old playing amateur football for Queen's Park and ready to start a degree at uni. According to himself, the guy was losing faith in ever making it in football and was about to chuck it all in to become a PE teacher. Multi-millionaire European champion for one of the biggest clubs on the planet, or a career consisting of staring at schoolboys in the shower? Or was that just my PE teacher? Still, I think Robertson has made the right choice. He made his first team debut in the 3rd tier of Scottish football in July of that year against Berwick Rangers in front of a crowd of 372 people. Christ. Man City, Scott Carson, Cleatormore FC. Yeah, most Man City players start off at established clubs, so step forward for God and man Scott Carson, who was playing men's football at the age of 15 for Cumbria-based Cleatormore Celtic in the North West Counties League. Within 3 years, this man was collecting a Champions League winners medal. Man United, Marcus Rashford, Fletcher Moss Rangers. Where do you start with Man United? Aaron Wan-Bissaka was once a prolific striker for Junior Elite FC. Luke Shaw, after being rejected by boyhood club Chelsea, was beginning a comeback story at Moseley Juniors, and something called Penketh United are to blame for Jesse Lingard. But I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford starting off at Fletcher Moss Rangers, scoring 12 goals a game back in 2003. It's a tiny grassroots club in Manchester, who's not only provided Man United with Rashford, but also Danny Welbeck,